meeting will come to order. Do we have a quorum?
No, ma'am, we do not.
Okay, I just lost us.
Madam Vice Chair, this is Bob Coble. I think if you don't have a quorum, and obviously this is a Friday afternoon special call meeting, you still can take, and I know you want to hear input, you can take input and everything is recorded. And I know all the commission members will listen to the input. It's just you could not take action, and I don't think you intended to take action, but you can certainly hear the input from, all those who, want to give input.
Quick question. Is there a code that has to be given to get in using your phone?
Phone number. It should have been on the agenda.
Yeah.
Yes, the number was on the agenda.
Okay. Let me look at. We have one of our representatives that is trying to get on utilizing his phone, and I'm trying to look this up here. Let's see what that's at. Anybody know the code offhand, or I could just kind of send it?
Jamie, can you provide that information for?
Or yeah, what the phone number is? Where's my let me pull it up here. I'll see if I can come back up.
Yes, I am actually looking through my email right now, so I can get that for you. All right.
It's the one that's on the agenda?
It is the one that is on the agenda. The web ID is 818-9237-2626. Do they have that webinar ID?
I think they just needed the phone number, and I'm going to send it to them. Yeah, that's yeah.
Okay, no.
Do we have any other commissioners on the call?
Yes, ma'am. You have Dr. Johnson and Commissioner Cotton.
Thank you.
And because there's no quorum, we can pass over the adoption of the agenda and move to item 3, which is Bluff Road Park.
Okay. I'd like to make a statement that because we don't have a quorum, this will be an information only meeting and it will be recorded. Thank you. I'd like to get started. I would like to thank everyone for zooming in with us today for the special call meeting with the Richland County Recreation Commission, better known as RCRC. Today, RCRC will have a new meeting to me. It will be respect and communication for Richland County citizens. As a commissioner, I am representing the Lower Richland community, and I am asking that we show the citizens respect and compassion for their loyalty to the Bluff Road Park. This park is located at 148 Carswell Drive in Columbia, South Carolina. This is a 20,000 square foot facility. It has a huge gym, meeting rooms, classrooms, and a workout room. This facility was completed in August 2012 from a special bond. It is a state-of-the-art gym and is located in a low-income minority neighborhood. The purpose of this meeting is to discuss the relocation of the adaptive recreation program from Denny Terrace to the Bluff Road Park. This is the timeline of the discussions from the board members. On October 18th, 2019, a memo was sent to the executive director from the risk manager of RCRC, and the subject was asbestos review for Denny Terrace. The result shows the Denny Terrace facility tested positive for asbestos. On October 21st, 2019, a regular board meeting with the executive director presented the asbestos survey report for Denny Terrace facility and the recommendation to move the adaptive program employees to another facility for day-to-day operations. The recommendation was to move the adaptive recreation program to Ridgewood Community Center. The executive director advised the board that the move would take place in January or February of 2020. On November 18, 2019, the executive director presented information on repairs for Denny Terrace. On January 27, 2020, the director recommended disposal of fitness equipment at the Denny Terrace gym. On April 20, 2020, special board meeting, and on April 27, 2020, special board meeting was regarding the Denny Terrace contract. On May 18, 2020, a special call meeting for Denny Terrace was also Denny Terrace issue. And I want to make a statement that the board never voted or agreed to move the adaptive recreation program to Bluff Road Park. On August 13, 2020, a special call meeting was requested by 2 commissioners to discuss why construction was occurring at Bluff Road Park. The concerned citizens of Lower Richland were informed that the adaptive recreation program was being moved to Bluff Road Park. The citizens were not allowed to have a discussion or input in the decision of this meeting. During this meeting, it was open to citizens, and 4 citizens were allowed to speak. My ending statement is, on September 2nd, 2020, a letter from the executive director to Representative Wendy Brawley was sent out. The letter reads in part, "This is a response to your letter dated August 21st, 2020, regarding the public use of the Bluff Road Park Recreation Center. Unfortunately, a lack of communication between RCRC and the community has resulted in the citizens' concerns mentioned in the letter and petition. For that, I would like to apologize. This misinformation that is being disseminated regarding limited access to the public for recreation at Bluff Road Park is false." My statement is, she referred to a letter from the Representative Brawley that was dated August 21st, 2020. However, the board never received a copy of that letter. I did not know and did not receive this information until a response was made from the director on August 19th. Sorry, I'm getting my days a little confused here. The letter from the representative came, I requested a copy of the letter and a petition. The representative's letter was dated August 19, 2020. And it read in part, "As you are aware, the Lower Richland community received no prior notice of the Recreation Commission Executive Director's decision to change the use of the Bluff Road Park facility to accommodate the adaptive recreation program prior to the renovations that are currently ongoing at Bluff Road Park. There was no community input in this decision, and residents in the area are dissatisfied with the lack of impact on Bluff Road community." The issue today is that the Board of Commissioners were not shown the letter from Representative Brawley dated August 19, 2020, nor did we receive a copy of the petition with 292 signatures from the community. This information was withheld from us, and I'm not sure if any of the other commissioners received the copy of Representative Brawley's letter. I recommend that the community wishes be considered not to relocate the adaptive recreation program to Bluff Road Park. I would like now to have Commissioner Jermaine Johnson give his status on this issue.
Good afternoon, everybody, and I think we have 57 attendees on this Zoom, and I want to tell everybody, thank you all for taking the time out on this Friday afternoon at 4:13 in the afternoon to come on this call with us, because I know the community is extremely important to all of us, and we want to make sure that the services and what we have going on in our area and our community will best serve our citizens in our area and our needs. We know that I knew about the petition just from citizens who were concerned, but I did not receive the petition from RCRC. But I knew about the petition just because I'm in the community all the time talking to concerned citizens about what they have planned and how they want to move forward. I am in full support of my community's wishes. I believe that is the best way to move forward with anything going on in our community. If the community wants something, I believe it is in our best interest to do our best to help the community get what they are asking for. I've always talked about being the leader of, if my community wants this, then hey, who am I to stand in between what my community wants? I believe that the situation, as I've stated in the previous call that we had, that this situation could have been handled better, clearly, but hindsight is 2020. So it's about moving forward from here, going forward. I believe that this will be a situation of the past and it will not happen again. I believe that we will do the right thing moving forward. But I believe the only way to fix a mistake is to undo a mistake. And I think the best way to undo a mistake is to go back with the decision that was originally made, then have this community meeting with the community, involve the community in whatever we're going to do moving forward, and then move forward with whatever decision is that is jointly made between the community and the RCRC. I've had this conversation with multiple individuals where I don't believe where right now is the best time to say, all right, listen, I made a mistake, but hey, this is what you're getting anyways. I think that we should involve the community. So we don't know that the community is going to completely say this is not what we want, but we need to give them that option. We need to give the community that respect, and especially when we have community leaders down in that area who have said that, we want to be included. And we have these community members who have fought for what they have now. And we are not going to be the individuals to take something away from a community who fought so hard to get what they earned and what they deserve. So, I've stated my case. I am always going to be 100% behind my community, what my community wants, what they need, and I will always support them because this is a democracy. This is not me telling them what they need. This is not any of us telling a bunch of adults what they need. This is us working collectively together to figure out what are the best needs for a specific community. It's not about equality, it's about equitable. It's about being equitable. And I want our communities to have equitable services and services that are going to be different, across the county. So going forward, I've stated, my position, but I'm standing with my community on this decision and what they want.
Commissioner Cotton, would you like to make a comment? Is she still on the call?
Who did you say, Ms. Lindsay?
Commissioner Cotton, I'd like for her to make a
Oh,
comment.
she had to drop off.
Okay.
She had to drop off.
Okay, thank you. We will go on with public input. I believe that several people have asked to speak today. And just a reminder, you have a 2-minute limit. Should I call the first person?
I have the list here as
Okay.
in an order in which I received the emails.
That's fine.
Okay, so I'll start off with, this is the public comment portion of the Richland County Recreation Commission's September 11, 2020 special call meeting. All speakers were required to sign up to speak by 12 noon today. Each speaker will be called in the order that their phone number was received. Each speaker has a maximum of 2 minutes to speak. At the conclusion of your 2 minutes, the presiding officer will move to the next speaker. Our first speaker is Lydia Overton.
Ms. Corn, this is Jamie Russell. I am monitoring the call-in listeners. The phone number that Lydia Overton submitted is not being seen on our call at this time. I do have Felicia Venable, our Community Relations Manager, who is reaching out to Ms. Overton. And so I am also waiting for a response from Felicia. I'm also reviewing for the next person that is on that call. If they are calling from another number, I would just ask that they would write what that number is, so that we can pull that number so that they can speak. But I do not see Lydia Overton's number listed on the call-in listeners. And so I just wanted to report that, and we are reviewing for the next number.
Okay, let's move on.
Okay, the next speaker is Tammy Henry. And Jamie, you're still searching for that number?
Yes, ma'am, I am. And I'm also having Felicia is calling those numbers as well when we don't see them on this call. There are some who have been on our calls before. So we have their names are listed where I don't necessarily have to look for their number. Felicia just let me know that she is calling Miss Henry, and she does have her, but we do not see her listed in the call-in at this moment.
Let's move on.
Okay, next we have Miss Helen Bradley.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'm Helen Taylor Bradley, and I served on the Recreation Commission from 1997 to 2002. When I came on the board at that time, one of the first things I asked that the community be involved with any programs that we would bring to their area, that they would have a say-so. They would come to the table with us. And at that time also, I asked that the parks in the Lower Richland area be brought up to par to what we had in other parts of the county. That started to going well. We were able to work together on the board at that time, along with the executive director and the rest of the staff there at the commission, to put on programs in the community that the community wanted. Bluff Road was one of the ones that we had to work the hardest for because we knew the community situation and what they needed there. At the time, we didn't get the park right away. We got what I call some parks mansions and some matchboxes. At the time, that's what it was. Now that we have gotten a park that is nice, we just need to have programs brought there that the community would appreciate. There again, if you bring the community's involvement there, we can go with it. I see a list of a whole bunch of stuff that's been put on a flyer that's going to be coming to fall 2020 at Bluff Road Park. I also looked at the price of these, and I know the community, so we need to have someone do some other communications about these prices, because the area, they're high. The prices are just high for the community. So without knowing the area, I could see why you would come up with these prices. Also, I was the person who delivered the signatures of over 280 that I was able to collect in less than 48 hours. So the least I think could have been done is that the board members could have gotten them. It's been right at 3 weeks, if not 3 weeks, since this stuff was delivered to the board, to the office on Park Lane. Also, I feel like what we need to do at this point is what the people are asking us to do. In talking with those people in the community that called me about the situation going on, I feel upset for them because all of this was this move was being done during the time that the park was closed because of a pandemic, not the time to take advantage of the community. And that's what it looked like, and that's what they feel like was done to them. So I am asking the board to get together with the executive director, and it's nothing wrong in reversing a decision when the decision was wrong. I don't like to say I'm wrong either, but I will. If I have to say that I'm wrong to make something right, I'll do that and move on. It's not a match for me to see who can do what. Also, I reached out, the executive director had someone to reach out to me about meeting with me, told me that they would meet me anywhere I wanted to go. But when I requested to go to Bluff Road for the park, that was a no, for the meeting, that was a no-no. And it was the comment I got, it was about the pandemic. But then the next offer to me was, well, let's go to Panera Bread. Well, if you're gonna take me to Panera Bread, that's gonna kill me faster than going to Bluff Road Park. So that's not gonna stop me from doing what I have to do for the community. I will ask again to the board and to the executive director that you reverse this decision and let us have our park back. We worked hard for that park, and I know other ones that's coming on the call will tell you the same thing. We didn't just get that park overnight. We worked long and hard to get it. So I ask that you think about the community and don't take that park from us. Thank you.
Next. Thank you. Who's next on the list?
Jamie, were you able to get Ms. Overton or Ms. Henry?
Ms. Overton, we have not. Ms. Henry, we have resent the information, as when Felicia called that number, she stated that she was having issues getting on. So I am waiting for Felicia to respond back.
Excuse me, we have 72 participants, so I think we should move on.
Yeah, Ms. Cheryl Harris is trying to get on here. I'm not sure what her schedule is. She may be having something. So if we can get her on here, that'd be great. Her number, she should be on that list, but she's calling in from 467-1245.
Okay, she's not on the list, Commissioner Johnson. Our next one is Reverend Charles Epps.
Well, can we not add Commissioner Harris on there? Okay, she stated that they were supposed to be on this list.
I thought she was on the list.
Oh, I'm sorry. She
is on the list.
I'm sorry. She is. She's on the list.
So we should try to get her to.
Yeah, I'd like to get her. I'd like to get her on there if possible, because I know she may be busy. Like I said, she is a commissioner as well with the school board.
That's the person they need to reach out to also.
Is she on?
Yeah, she's on.
Jamie, can you bring her in?
467-1245.
Yes, I do see her. Are we ready to move her onto the list now?
Yes.
To the call. All right. She just needs, there she is.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is Commissioner Harris with Richland County School District 1. And just want to talk briefly as I was listening to Ms. Daniels, Ms. Helen Taylor speak just now, and just a flashback of the fight that I've seen in my community to even have that Bluff Road Park. You know, I echo her sentiment totally. But I'm on here to share with you, I've sent a letter to the executive director in regards to this matter because of my grave concerns, because the park there serves as a safe haven for our children. So it's very important to the community, but it's important to me as a member of the educational team in this Richland County area to have those places provided for our students. I have reached out and spoken to individuals at Richland County Parks and Rec that Richland wants, and I'm speaking on behalf of the superintendent, Dr. Craig Witherspoon. We stand ready and available to provide office space at any of our locations where we have room, and we do have those places that we can put that office space to allow for you all to conduct whatever business it is that you need to. We have had a long-standing partnership and relationship with Richland County Parks and Rec, your current program at Denny Terrace, which is one of our facilities, Richland County Sheriff's Department, and several other entities use our facilities on a regular basis. So this is nothing new to us. Our goal as a school district is to help to find a solution and a resolve that is in the best interest of all parties involved. So I am here on behalf of Dr. Witherspoon, my superintendent, to say that we stand ready to find another location. You know, it was shared with me that the weight room or whatnot was not being used a whole lot or whatnot, and they can go to other locations. Well, we are a community in Lower Richland, and it's nothing like having your own in your community. So to even, you know, send our folk over to the Adult Activity Center on Garner Fair from Bluff Road, it's not like that's a bus route, or it's not like that's a hop, skip, and a jump, or you can jump on your bicycle. You know, when you live in Lower Richland, you have to have quality access to get around and to be mobile. So I am saying to this board, on behalf of Richland School District 1, we stand ready, prepared, and available to work with and work through this to help find a suitable location for this office space that you all need. That way we don't disrupt the normalcy of Bluff Road Parks for my Lower Richland community.
Excuse me, Ms. Harris, may I ask you a question, please? Can
Yes.
she hear me? I would like to know, you mentioned that you sent a letter to the executive director. Do you have the date of that letter?
I sent that letter on August, I believe the 26th or the 28th. I'm driving from a funeral, so I don't have that in front of me, guys. Please forgive me. But it was in August. So that's been way over 10 days ago. I know we have the mail issues, but that letter was sent. And it was sent on a Richland 1 letterhead, and it was signed by me.
All right,
And
thank you very much. Uh-huh.
In that letter, I practically stated exactly what I'm saying right now, and that is that we stand ready and available. And even when I've talked to those that have reached out to me from Richland County Park and Rec, I have shared the same sentiments with them.
All right, thank you very much. I'll try to get a copy of that letter because I'd like to read it.
Yes,
I was
ma'am.
unaware of
Thank
the
you.
letter. Thank you so much. All right, can we move on?
Yes, next we have Reverend Charles Epps.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you guys, the board, for calling this meeting. And I have some mixed emotion about what's taking place. First, I want to say again, I am not against an adaptive program. I serve as chair of the Richland County Recreation Commission. I was there when we got the $15 million bond to build and renovate. We had one person on our board said that you don't need to build a park down there in the Bluff Road area. You don't need to build a gym. Build a shade and let those kids play under a shade. And I was hurt, an outdoor shade with 4 poles up on it. And I was hurt to the core of my heart because we worked so hard to get those things in that community for those young people. As one young lady stated just now, the parks, not only Bluff Road Park, but all the parks in Richland County have been a safe haven for these young men and women to come in. And now they have no place to go. Now, some say the weight room wasn't used. The weight room was used. I live in the Bluff Road area. We have meeting there. I go down, sometimes use the track down there, the walking track. I coach Little League Baseball down there, Pop Warner football when we had programs going on. And to take this away from us under the disguise of this program, and again, I am not against the adaptive program. Matter of fact, when I chaired the commission, I wanted to find a place, some land, and build out of that bond money we got. I think Ms. Watts can attest to that. Build a special need park totally dedicated to those citizens. And I'm willing, with the board right now, I'm willing to go to the back with the board to find property, go to the legislator, let's get some money and let's build from that. But don't take what you already have. Camp Sunshine will be the main use of this. Camp Sunshine in the summer, that program is all day. all-day program. And let's be honest and fair about this. What's going on? Bluff Road Park, it was a little over $4 million to build that park. And we worked hard. The people in the community worked so hard for that. And let's not do this. Let's be honest with what's going on. Not under the skies of putting the program in there and say, well, the citizen is not using. This is what I'm hearing from many of the employees coming back calling me. The citizen, well, they say, well, the citizen is not using the park. They're using the park, but have your directors, park directors, bring in program whereby these young people can come. Even these young men now, young men and women, they can't even have free play now because you got other things in the gym. AAU volleyball have taken over. So these young men who would come out of the street, blow off some of that energy, they can't even come use the gym. They have no Little League program because nobody's reaching out to the community. Right now, I have 7 guys, 7 men that got kids ready to coach Little League baseball. But how can they coach if you have no leadership at the commission or at the park? And I'm not throwing this at nobody. I'm not throwing this at the director. Now, I'm just being honest. I worked hard from the beginning of the first park we ever built there. I was there. And I would like to see our park stay there. All the citizens, many are very upset. Open the park up or bring program. You see what would happen. And like I say, I have nothing against this adaptive park. You got Perry Thomas up there. Perry Thomas is not used. Take it up to Perry Thomas. And then we can go to the legislature. If they need to add on some classroom and things up there, take it up there. I fought for Perry Thomas. I went to elementary school at Perry Thomas. You had people on the board didn't want us to do nothing for the people in that area. And I'm tired of everything coming into our area where kids need to be and where citizens of underprivileged need to have these type of programs being taken away. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next person, please.
Next is we have Tammy Henry.
She's on now.
Yes, ma'am.
How many other people do we have?
We've got 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Okay, well, let's let Ms. Henry speak for 2 minutes. Is she on?
Jamie, you bring in Ms. Henry in?
Yes, we are.
Okay. Okay.
But I do have Mr. Roger Leaks. I do see him available right now as I'm still looking for.
I'm sorry, we need to keep moving. I think, we keep trying for one person. We need to move on to the next person.
Okay. Roger Leaks.
Thank you.
Since you see him, Jamie, bring him in.
He is in. We just need him to unmute.
Okay.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, I just want to say that it was a shock when we found out what had happened to the park because we do use it. And I was one of those early members who helped to get the park down here in the first place. We fought hard to get it. I don't want to be repetitive, but I have to a degree. Darryl Jackson, daddy, Darryl Jackson, uncle, me, and Sharon Newton, that Newton girl who's on county council, her grandmother. We all fought like I don't know what to get that park. And finally we got it. And this is what's happening now. And the part that hurt so much, it was done, looked to me like it was done in secrecy because I was going to the park and they said, well, you can't come down here anymore. It's closed because of COVID. And the next thing we know, this had happened. So I'm just wondering, why didn't we have a public hearing or something of that sort so that we could, get in and maybe tell you why we think it should stay open. I go down there, we meet, my community meets down there. Of course, you guys wanted to charge me just to meet down there. But we finally got that straightened out, scheduled for us to meet down there every third Thursday in the month. And for the whole year, So we're on the calendar for that. But then, of course, then when COVID came, we couldn't do it. Only thing I can say that give us the park back. Let us use it to help our children. Some fine basketball players and football players and baseball players have come through that same park down there. My son was one of them. And so, you know, bring it back to us if we can. Just like someone said earlier, it's nothing wrong in reversing an order, an event that has happened, especially if it's going to be detrimental to the community as a whole. I don't know what happened. I guess I'm gone.
No, you're still here.
Okay. So, but that's about all I want to say. Bring it back to us, and we'll see what we can do.
Thank you, Mr. Leaks. Next person.
Representative Brawley.
Okay, thank you. Is she on?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. To the commissioners that are here, thank you for having this meeting and giving the community an opportunity to be heard on this issue. I think when you're dealing with the community park, it's critical to get community input, particularly if the use of that facility is going to be altered and potentially impact what the community is able to do. So I really do appreciate Commissioner Lindsay, Commissioner Johnson, that you all went to bat to make certain that the community had an opportunity to be heard. This is just quite disappointing, to be honest with you, that in the midst of a pandemic that we are having to have people go out, get petitions to keep something that they already have. We should not be faced with having things taken away from us, particularly at this critical time. It is necessary to involve the community when you are doing something to adversely impact the community. And as you can see from the number of people who signed the petition, nearly 300, the community is not pleased. And I don't think that position is going to change. As Reverend Epps has said, it's not as though they're against having an adaptive recreation program, but it should not be the community of Bluff Road and all of the neighborhoods around it should not be the ones offered up as the sacrificial lambs, their facility, to make certain that that program exists, because that will impact what they're able to have for their own people in the community. And if I could just say, it's really somewhat disappointing. I know it's Friday afternoon, but it's disappointing that the rest of the commission is not here. You know, they should be on this call because this is important. I don't know what their jobs are, but I do know that when they asked to be appointed to this board, they took an oath that they would do what needed to be done to support the activities of the board. There could be nothing more important than determining whether or not a facility is going to remain available in a community. So I'm really disappointed that we don't have a quorum to actually have a decision made today, because I think this discussion merits a decision. I'm also disappointed that board members didn't receive the petitions that were sent to the commission chair as well as to the executive director. Again, this is another, I call it a miscommunication, call it a lack of communication. I call it a disregard for communication. During a pandemic, the people in the community signed a petition so that their voices could be heard in the only way that they knew how. And yet it was not even transferred to members of the commission. That's disappointing, and it is an example of why we are here today. I think the decision needs to be reversed and it needs to be done promptly. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next on the list is
Next person, please.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Ramsey Weston.
Can she let him in?
Jamie, do you see a Ramsey Weston?
She was on the call, but she is not at this moment.
With the area code 703-626-5141.
Yes,
Okay, did Tammy Henry ever get on?
she did, but she's not on right now, ma'am.
Okay, and Lydia Overton, did you ever get her?
No, ma'am, I did not.
Okay,
Okay.
the last I'm sorry.
Go ahead. You have one more person?
The last one is Pamela Jenkins, and it's a letter.
Excuse me, Cornelia, Lydia Overton is on. I do see a comment in the comment spot. It says from USC. I guess that's the individual. Lydia Overton is on. I don't know if that's that USC, Jamie, but we can move forward if you can't find it. But I just wanted to share with you that I did see that she was on based off.
Okay, that is a different one. So let me go ahead and bring her on and confirm that that is her. Good afternoon.
Can't hear her.
Miss Overton?
You need to unmute, Miss Overton.
Miss Overton, you are unmuted. Would you like to speak at this time?
I suggest we go and read the letter, please, from Cornelia, since she's unable to get her.
All right, Cornelia. Please.
Okay, all right. I received a letter through email from a patron that was unable to get on the call. So I'm just gonna I'm not gonna read the whole letter. I'm just gonna try to summarize it in 2 minutes. This letter is from Pamela Jenkins. She says, "Good day to all. What a day to have a board meeting 9/11 when there's such an urgent need for assistance in our community with special needs. Due to my work schedule, I regret that I could not be in attendance today. I am grateful for the opportunity to participate by submitting this letter." They call me at Camp Sunshine, Miss Jenkins. My son, Rashawn, was born at 25 weeks and weighed 13 ounces. He faced challenges entering the world. At 2.5 years old, he was diagnosed with autism. As a single parent having the need to work, she faced many challenges. I left them in tears, feeling hopeless because they did not understand how to care for my child or may have not wanted to. During summer months, finding childcare was challenging. I heard about Camp Sunshine, but did not know much about it. I decided to give it a try. Of course, I stayed a while to watch actions and interactions. I was absolutely impressed. My son was a runner, and that was a major concern. This one lady said to me with her hands on her knees, "They're not getting by me." Now that really filled my heart with joy and tears. I witnessed so much dedication, commitment, and love as I observed how the staff interacted and cared for each one of the children. It gave me much peace. I can go on and on. I truly can't remember anything that gave me a negative vibe or question the care of my son's safety. The environment was also kept so clean and safe. When Camp Sunshine ended, I was faced with the challenge of finding help for my son so I could work until school opened again. 2 things I hope could improve are opening earlier and extending the summertime. Many families face the same problems because there aren't many facilities that will care for our loved ones. We should have loved ones and care just like others. We need our jobs too. We want to be accepted and advocated for just like others. And she also goes on to praise Mr. Scott and his team, saying that it takes special people to take care of our special people.
Thank you. Will you please let her know that you read the letter and it was acknowledged?
I will, and I will send a copy of the letter to all commissioners, and if anybody on the call wants a copy, just email me and I'll send it to them.
Okay. If we don't have any more people on the line, I think we should cut it off.
I'd like to ask, are there any other board members on the call currently? Any of our commissioners on the call? Just wanted to run that by everybody one last time. Any other commissioners on the call? All right, go ahead, Dante.
Okay, I see we had a total of 76 participants at one time. A few left and a few came in. But I'd like to give the executive director an opportunity to speak if she wants to.
Not at this time, Commissioner Lindsay. I am taking lots of notes and getting the information that has been shared by the many speakers with the hopes of eventually, once we get through some of the restrictions for COVID-19 and we see better numbers, hopefully we can develop some type of task force or community connection between us and the community to resolve some of these issues. But no, ma'am, I don't have anything additional.
Okay, thank you so much for your comments. I'd like to thank everyone once again for taking the time out on this busy Friday afternoon to come in and speak and be heard and listening to us. At that, this meeting is adjourned. Have a good weekend.